outside of.
What was your name, bro?
Mazin.
Mazin. Okay,
Yeah.
my name is Khalid. Are you Muslim?
No, I'm not.
What are you?
I am Orthodox.
And where are you
Christian.
from?
I am from Romania.
Romania.
Yeah, my dad is from Lebanon. He's
Okay.
Muslim. My mom is Christian.
You're from where the top G's from living.
Yeah.
Romania.
Yeah, he's like a 20-minute drive from my apartment.
Are you
over
serious?
there. Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, yeah.
So your dad is from Lebanon
Yeah,
and your mom is from Romania
yeah,
and you're Orthodox Christian.
yeah.
All right, cool. So let me ask you this: what's your exact belief like around Jesus Christ? Do you believe he's God?
See, I would say I am not overly into like religion.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends are. From what I see it, I don't believe in like a morally correct God. I believe there is something out there that they created so specifically in a way where we can exist.
Wait, you're saying you do believe in a God?
I believe in a God that created everything.
Yes,
But I
yes.
do not believe.
But you're not that deep into the Christian faith.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
okay, perfect.
yeah.
That's no problem at all. Basically, we're Muslim. Do you know anything about Islam?
My dad will tell me now and now.
Is he Muslim?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
Muslim.
okay. So basically, let me give it to you in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Muslim means submitter.
Mm-hmm.
So the same entity that you're saying that you believe in, that there's a creator that you believe in.
Yeah.
We say that creator, we do believe in that creator.
Yeah.
And that creator sent prophets and messengers to teach people, from right and wrong and what to do in certain situations and what not to do, and to give them that guidance from that creator. So anyone that says that I believe in the one that created me and the earth and everything,
Yeah.
and the one that sent the prophets, if you believe in that, we say you're submitting to that. So you're submitting to that one true God. So by the definition of that, you would be a Muslim.
Oh, okay.
So anyone that believes, for example, in the Prophet Moses or the Prophet Abraham or the Prophet
Yeah.
Jesus, and they believed in the one God, they were Muslims.
yeah, from what I understand, a lot of the prophets from Christianity
Yes.
is also believed in Muslim as well.
Yes.
But the correlation is there. There's a little bit a little different,
Yeah.
but there's not a huge difference between
Yes.
the two.
So basically, we believe in most of the biblical prophets.
Yeah.
But we say that we don't take the exact, basically, narration of story from the Bible.
Exactly,
The reason
yeah.
why is because the Bible has historical issues with it.
Yeah.
So the transmission and there was corruption in the transmission. So, but the stories, most of the stories, most of the prophets, we do believe in them. And we say that all of the prophets came and they told their people to worship one God.
Yeah.
And they told their people to not kill, not murder, not rape.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we say that those prophets were all Muslim prophets. They submitted to the one God.
Yeah.
We even say Jesus Christ was that.
Yeah, I remember this. My
Yes.
mom and dad would argue about this a little bit.
And
but-
the reason why we say that, the biggest difference between the Muslim and the Christian is the idea of the Trinity. Like that's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
That Jesus is God or part of a God. The Muslim answer is very simple. That we say that God is in the Quran, which is the book of the Muslims. God says in chapter 112 that "Qul huwa Allahu ahad." Say Allah, God, is one and only.
Yeah.
Allahu Samad. Allah is the most extremely self-sufficient and independent. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He was not born, nor does he give birth.
Yeah.
وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. And there's nothing on creation like him. So anything that you think of in your brain, a man, a woman, a child,
Yeah.
God is above that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't fathom what God is.
That's exactly what I think. God is way too complex.
Beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
You already have the Muslim belief then.
Yeah.
So that's what a Muslim is. So I'd ask you this simply. Mazan.
Yeah.
Mazan, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what that means, Mazan?
Mazin,
Mazin.
I think my dad is just like a cloud and rain.
Yeah,
Cloud
okay.
that brings rain.
Beautiful. So it's an Arabic name.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. My dad named me. I'm
Beautiful.
named after my grandfather.
Okay.
He was the first son from his father.
Okay,
So the
mashallah.
firstborn son of
Your great-grandfather.
my great grandfather.
Yes.
I have his name,
Beautiful. That's in
Yeah.
your father's name?
Muhammad.
Muhammad. Man,
Yeah.
mashallah. Mazin Muhammad.
Mazin Muhammad.
You're almost
Malik.
there, bro.
Yeah.
So basically, I say, I'll tell you this, Mazin. You believe in the one creator, the one that created everything?
Yeah, I truly believe.
Do you believe this creator sent prophets and messengers to teach the people right and wrong?
I do believe they did send a someone
Code.
morally good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you why, if they didn't, why that would be an issue. If the prophets of God didn't come and teach the people right and wrong,
Mhm.
then everyone would be left to their subjective opinions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Some person would say killing is right, some person would say killing is wrong. And we would never know the objective standard.
Exactly.
So that's why we say it must have happened that way. Besides the historical data that we have from the Quran and the stories in the Quran.
Yeah.
So if you believe in one God and you believe in the Creator and you believe He sent prophets and messengers, including the Prophet Muhammad, the final prophet, and you believe Jesus was a prophet of God and not God Himself, you're a Muslim, bro. You're a Muslim, bro. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
Do you feel me?
Yeah, it's interesting. What about like when you go to mosques? How does
Yeah.
compare? I've been to a church and I've been
Yes.
to a mosque,
Yes.
and there is like spiritually there is something different between the two.
Of course, I agree.
None of them, to me, both of them, I say they're equal in the way I feel inside it.
Okay.
So I don't know how to really.
Basically, the mosque, the mosque is not the original word. The original word is masjid. And it comes from the root word of sajada in Arabic. Sajada means to prostrate, literally, to put your forehead on the floor for God.
Yeah.
And you pray to God. And a masjid is a place where people do that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So we see a masjid or a mosque in English is a house of God where you go and you worship the one creator. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And the difference between that and a church would be basically the way we worship and the one who we worship.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I remember the differences there.
Exactly. So Mazin, you believe in everything. What we can do now is do the shahada. You basically say with your tongue what's in your heart.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite food? Just to give you an example.
Dolmas.
What is that?
The grape leaves.
Oh, okay. In Arabic, it's called waraq anab.
There's so many different.
Yeah. Or Lebanese would say wara anab. Anab.
Yeah,
Wara anab.
that's what my dad says.
Yeah, wara
I
anab.
didn't pick up Arabic when I was little.
But okay, so say I love dolmos.
I love dolmas.
What did you do? You said what in your heart with your tongue.
Yeah.
The same thing as shahada. So you say, I bear witness. So you repeat after me.
I bear witness.
That there is no one worthy of worship.
There's no one worthy of worship.
Except the one true God.
Except the one true God.
The Creator.
Yeah.
Which is Allah in Arabic.
Allah, yeah.
And I bear witness.
And I bear witness.
That Jesus Christ was a prophet of God.
Jesus Christ is a prophet of God.
Yes. And Prophet Muhammad.
Prophet Muhammad
was the final prophet.
Is the final prophet.
Yes.
It's I think it's so interesting the way it developed throughout history. Yes. Do you believe that there will be something else after it?
So we believe, like how I said to you earlier, we believe all the prophets of God came with the same mission.
Yeah.
That to tell the people that there's one creator and to worship that one creator. So we say all of the people from Adam all the way to the Prophet Muhammad were all Muslim prophets. But the Prophet Muhammad was the final prophet with the final revelation.
Okay.
The reason why was because the revelations and the prophets from before, for example, Moses and Jesus, they came to a specific locality.
Yeah.
So the Moses and Jesus, they came for the sheep of Israel, lost sheep of Israel. You see in the Bible as well. They came for the Israelites.
Yeah.
And they gave the Israelites the specific book to them. So for example, the Torah and the Injil, which was the book that Jesus Christ had. We would say like it would be like the gospel of Jesus. We don't have it today, but it's what Jesus Christ had with him. But with time, those books changed and the people changed them and they were corrupted.
Yeah.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a final prophet with a final revelation for the rest of humankind.
Okay.
That's what the Quran is.
This is where it kind of, this new.
This is the continuation and the finalization of what has always been, which is the prophethood of the prophets from the God. Exactly.
Okay, understand. It is nice knowing a little bit more.
Yes. So do you believe that the Prophet Muhammad is the final prophet?
I feel like it would take a lot more spiritually for me to answer this question.
Okay. Have you researched the Prophet Muhammad?
As much as my dad will share with me.
Let me tell you this. Do you agree that all the prophets from the beginning, they told the people to worship one God, and they told them to not do idolatry. They told them don't worship stones or trees or men and they told them the correct moral code: don't rape, don't steal, don't murder.
Of course, yes.
The Prophet Muhammad, I'll give you a little bit taste of who the Prophet Muhammad was. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which means peace be upon him, as you know.
Yeah.
He came to a people, to the pre-Islamic Arabs at the time, to a people that didn't know what morality was.
Okay.
They basically did, you could compare them to basically 21st century America. Everyone does what they want.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some of the practices that they would have, they would hate to have a daughter. So when
Yeah.
they would have a daughter, they would bury her alive.
Ooh.
This is some of the things they would do. They didn't have a problem with nakedness. They would have, you know, the Kaaba, the black mosque in Mecca.
Yeah.
They would go around that mosque naked. So they had no shyness. They would just show everything. Basically, prostitution was normal. Women would they would sleep with anyone and everyone. They didn't have this type of thing that they would, you know, only constrict it to marriage. And murder was normal amongst them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they had a lot of and they would worship idols. They would literally, one of the companions of the Prophet, his name is Umar. Are you familiar with Umar? So, this is before he became Muslim, of course. He was talking about, after he became Muslim, he was talking about his days before his Islam. So he would say, he was saying like how their religion was. He would say, before I would make an idol out of dates. You know dates?
Yeah.
The fruit.
Yeah.
So he would say, I would make an idol out of dates and I would carry it with me and I would worship it. And when I would get hungry, I would eat a little bit of it. So he was trying to like basically say like, look how we didn't have any brains back then.
Yeah.
We would eat our God basically. So the Prophet Muhammad came to these people and he told these people, and he lived 40 years amongst them before Allah gave him the revelation. He was known for those 40 years as As-Sadiq al-Amin, the truthworthy and the trustworthy. Imagine in society, because there were smaller societies back then.
Yeah.
Everyone would know this person, Muhammad, peace be upon him, as the trustworthy and the truthful. After 40 years, when he got his revelation, he went on top of a mountaintop and he told the people, he gathered the people, he said, oh, people come to me. The people came to him. He said, if I were to tell you behind you was an army ready to come and kill you, would you believe me? They said, of course we would believe you. We never known you to tell a lie. He said, by God, I've been giving something bigger. I'm a prophet of God.
Okay.
And the same people, they said, basically they cursed him. They said, you brought us for this? We've never known you to say a truth in your life.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know? And this is all documented. This is not like this some type of Muslim narrative. No, this is historical. This is historical narrative. So this is the same person, and he came and he told the people, leave these worshiping idols. Worship the one that created you. Worship the one that made you. Worship the one that made the mountains, and made the earth and made the humans, and the God of the prophets before, because they had a concept of the Prophet Abraham, the Arabs.
Yeah.
He would tell them, worship the God of Abraham. And don't kill and don't steal and don't bury your daughters and don't.
Yeah.
So this is what the Prophet Muhammad came with, basically.
So it's new rule, not new rules.
A continuation.
Continuation of
the same
morality.
messages.
Yeah.
It was a continuation of the message of the prophets, which is worship one God. The same thing I just told you right now. La ilaha illallah. There is no God worthy of worship except the one true God, the Creator. And you bear witness that the prophet of the time is a true prophet, and they were all true prophets. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's who the Prophet Muhammad was, and he came with the Quran. The Quran is the book of the Muslims, which is the verbatim word of Allah. That's the Prophet Muhammad in a nutshell.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like it's so complex. Like, it is something I do want to know more about. Religion's a very beautiful, interesting thing.
Yes.
You know, every
and it's necessary.
It is. I think it's necessary to. I don't know if it's.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
There is no person without a religion. Even the atheist, he subscribes to a worldview and ideals that he holds dearly to his heart.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah. A belief in something is super important.
Yes.
It's what drives the person to do
And not only that, it's necessary. Like, there is no person without a belief. Even if you were to look at the atheist.
Yeah.
Atheism subscribes to a philosophy called naturalistic, basically the philosophical naturalism, to where they believe that everything in creation, everything in the world can be described and explained through its basic elements. So we're just carbon, hydrogen, and that's their belief. And they believe that, you know what I mean? And that is a belief that you could say that's a religion. Because you know what I dare? I dare you to go to the middle of a scientific lab, for example, and say, screw Darwin, I don't believe in Darwin.
Yeah.
They would really ridicule you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a prophet for you know what I mean? So, and there was one philosopher, I believe his name was, I believe it was Nietzsche or one of the philosophers. He basically said that man is born free, but everywhere in chains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're chained up by our societal norms. We're chained up by our desires. We want to make money. Okay, they say, okay, kill this person for $10 million. Will you do it? No, but I'm saying the idea that people are constricted by what they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a Muslim we say that leave all the chains of society, leave all these man-made chains of, coinciding and believing in what today says is normal, and leaving off of just doing anything for money, for example.
Yeah.
Leave all of those chains that are man-made, and stick with the chain from the Creator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what a Muslim is. We submit to the Creator. Simple. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
And I know you believe in the Creator, but you need to do research on the Prophet Muhammad. Is that fair to say?
That is fair.
Okay.
It is nice to know about everything.
Yes.
And
so I would advise you to read up on the Prophet Muhammad, and when you realize he's a true prophet, accept Islam. I'm not going to tell you do it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course. It's going to take time.
Yeah. Research the Prophet Muhammad. And something I tell you before everything is that if you do believe in the Creator that we spoke about, you go home tonight, take a shower, and you pray. You say, "Oh, the Creator who I believe in. If Islam is true, guide me to it."
Yeah.
Would that be fair?
That would be fair.
All right, bro.
All right.
I have a gift for you though before you leave.
Okay.
Wait, Mazin, we haven't been here for a month, so you're our first guy, and you've been super nice. So this is the Quran in English. Okay?
I have one of these
in English.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll just give you this then. It's a quick pamphlet about Islam. And if you have any questions, you can come back. We're here Fridays.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else, bro?
No, everything. Very nice talking to you.
You as well, bro. Likewise, bro.
Yeah.
Say salam to your dad.
I will.
Okay, bro? Bye-bye.